Welcome back, Knights fans. We are live in beautiful Buena Vista, Virginia. Tonight is the quarterfinals of the USA South Women's Basketball Tournament. I am Skylar Johnson, joined by Adam Peterson. This is the third time these Southern Virginia Knights have faced off against the Fighting Squirrels of Mary Baldwin. What are you looking forward to today, Adam?
I'm looking forward to a hard-fought battle. You look at the two previous games again between these two schools, you see the scores, and it looks like a double-digit victory, easy win for the Knights, and that's not really how it turned out in both of the first two matchups. It was a hard-fought battle until the fourth quarter, where the Knights were able to pull away in both of those games, so expect a hard-fought battle between the Fighting Squirrels and the Knights here today.
Yeah, absolutely. You said it. A tough team. Mary Baldwin, as you mentioned, two lopsided victories for the Knights, but tough games for the Knights to come out with those wins. As we see a quick steal here, and stole right back right there from Nan. Quick defense right there from Mary Baldwin. Stoppage of play here as the ref calls quick time.
Yeah, it looks like they should be resetting the shot clock here. They were on that steal. Looks like the refs are getting together. Yeah, looks like they want 25 seconds.
Yeah, it looks like they reset the shot clock. Nan to inbound here. This Mary Baldwin team coming out in a man. We see a lot of teams choose that zone defense over that man, but we see Mary Baldwin sticking true, switching screens and running man. Great backdoor cut from Nan straight to the right side of the basket. Beautiful feed right there. What a backdoor cut from Savannah Christensen.
Yeah, first assist on the night for Emma Camden, who's coming in second in the conference in assists. That is her 113th on the year, as there's an air ball and a rebound by Nan. And 4.7 per game for Emma.
Yeah, the point guard does it all, can score and passes the ball incredibly well as runs the offense for the Knights. Addison Newman pulls up from three and knocks it down. First three of the day for the Knights is scored. Addison Newman spot up from the top of the key.
Yeah, and Newman, another almost a true point guard, which really nowadays you don't really see. And the Knights have two on their team and on the floor together for most of the game. And so that's why you see the Knights just having so many assists, because you have two really just good playmakers with their eyes up all the time.
Yeah, you said it. And speaking of playmakers, right there with the ball, number 5, Dement Segili does it all for her team, handles the ball incredibly well, similar in that point guard position as we see him run that horn set, give her opportunity to work with the ball. Quick little mid-range here and off. Nan with the rebound. Knights looking to push in transition.
Yeah, we know that's a focus for the Knights. They want to get up quick, and the Squirrels know that. They're going to get back fast and shut down that transition because they've been beat by it 2 times this year.
We saw another 3 attempt right there from Newman off the feed from Courtney McCrolla. Just can't get that one to fall. Mary Baldwin setting up in a half-court set here. Ball up at the top with Demet. Demet is a senior from Turkey. Been playing a couple years here. See her hard with that left hand. Courtney with the rebound.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun matchup to watch. Saigili against Newman. Newman plays really tough defense, and that's going to be fun to watch as Courtney misses that open jumper.
Yeah, Courtney obviously a little frustrated with that one. Maybe a little bit too open.
Yeah.
Defense, obvious miscommunication there, left McCrolla open, but can't knock down the mid-range jumper. Tough defense right here from Newman on the baseline, forces the ball out of bounds, stays with Mary Baldwin.
Yeah, and as Saigili was right here in front of us, you can see those stitches over her left eye right there. Not exactly sure when that happened, but just shows how much of a fighter she is.
Yeah, absolutely, super tough. We saw an inbound steal right there from Nan, who calls for the ball, launches up a 3 of her own, can't get that one to fall. Pushing in transition here is Jalen Gathers. That's another player for this Mary Baldwin team that can definitely score 15 points a game, as she is just in and out. We've seen a couple shots here from the Fighting Squirrels, just in and out, just unable to get stuff to fall. Inbound pass here to Garish. Looks to feed. Ball on the ground. Knights fans upset with that call as they're all pointing possession the other way. Ball stays with Mary Baldwin off of Katie.
Yeah, loudest we've heard the barn be this basketball season, men's and women's. And even after a men's game on Saturday, where you were here, Skylar, that senior night was pretty loud. This is louder.
Absolutely, the chance of defense, thundering in the barn as we see a great layup right there from Say Gilly, just so quick with that right hand, able to score. Inbound pass here to Nan, back to the basket and up and fouled. Something you've seen consistently is Savannah Christensen's ability to get to the free throw line. Right there, the foul is called on Mary Moran. I believe her first time the Knights are at the free throw line.
Yeah, and all the things that the Knights do great, free throw shooting is not one of them. They're in the top 3 almost in every statistical category in the conference except free throw shooting. Good thing Nan's on the line, though, because she is a good free throw shooter, 74.4% at the line on the year.
Yeah, the free throw line definitely something the Knights need to look into a lot going into the postseason, as it'll definitely help down the stretch. Down here, the Squirrels are setting up in a half-court set, looking to work their guards here.
Another good matchup right there between Camden and Gathers.
That was a great kick out right there for the mid-range jumper, but just in and out. Knights pushing in transition, 4-court pass to Christensen. See a foul called on the rebound right there from Courtney McCullough off the miss by Garish. Both teams getting the looks that they want, it seems, just can't get, the ball to fall through the net. Both teams shooting, not the greatest percentage. 1 of 6 for Mary Baldwin, 2 of 7 for the Knights early on here as the Knights have a small advantage.
And you can attribute that to some jitters. It's a playoffs. This isn't a regular season matchup. You lose, you go home. And so both these teams having some nerves, and that's shown.
As we see another miss, but their kick out to Demet, who knocks it down. That's something we saw last time Say Gilly was here at the barn. She can knock down the 3 ball. She knocked a bunch down in the first half. The last time these two teams meet, she knocks her first down tonight. Knights need to close out on those shooters. Great screen right there from Katie. And Nan able to get the rebound and put it back in for her second bucket of the day. What a play right there from Christensen.
Yeah, just seems to always be in the right spot at the right time. That offensive rebound just falls right into her lap, and easy little putback for her.
Another quick shot right there from the Squirrels. Another 3 from Demet. Knights get it and push in transition. Something that assistant coach Brett Schroeder was talking to us about was they expected to see a lot of full court pressure from this Mary Baldwin team, and because of the way the Knights have been playing and pushing in transition, unable to set up in any type of press so far are the Squirrels. The Knights working in half court here. Newman with the ball.
Yeah, that's a good point, Skylar. We have seen them drop back as there's another 3 from Addie Newman, this one time just off the mark. But the Squirrels have tried to really get back, which is another way to stop that fast break or getting out quickly.
Yeah, as we see another 3-point attempt, both teams trying to everything from beyond the arc. As we see a missed shot right there and then a quick media timeout. Leads us to our first break. Knights up 9-5. Savannah leading all scorers right now with 6 early on a couple putbacks. What have you liked so far, Adam?
Yeah, I like the intensity. You mentioned it. A lot of missed shots where normally might not miss some shots for both teams. Been some layups, some missed open jumpers. And we knew that coming in, that it was going to be like that with this playoff game and some nerves, especially in this first quarter. But I love the intensity. Players have not gotten down or gotten angry when they have missed those layups or shots. No, it's part of the game, and it's happening on both sides, and they're continuing to fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a big thing going forward in this, in this game is going to be getting the defensive stops that are going to lead to transition buckets. If you're not making your jump shots and your open looks in the half-court set, you create offense through your defense. And we mentioned both teams have, shown presses, and the Knights expecting to see that press from Mary Baldwin sooner rather than later. And so far has been, exciting back and forth. A lot of open looks. Excited to see what we got going forward in this, this rest of this first period.
Yeah.
Inbounding is Camden right here.
Yeah, and I'm sure during this timeout on the Knights side, the Schroeders are just hoping that the Knights will continue to do what they've been doing. They've been playing tough defense on the defensive side and getting good looks. And so that's really all you can ask for as a coaching staff.
Obvious effort here to get the ball inside to Katie as it goes in and out. Christensen lines up another three-pointer, unable to get it off the front iron. Full court pass here goes over the head of Gathers. Gets the crowd fired up. Ball goes to the Knights with a new shot clock. Addison Newman bringing it up for the Knights. Yeah, definitely called play right there to get a back cut to Camden as they get the ball into Katie, just unable to squeeze it into that tight window, and the ball is turned over. Ball to the Squirrels.
Yeah, and Emma right there was pretty confident that that was going to stay Knights ball. And usually when the player knows right away, I mean, that first facial expression, you can tell if they're if it's true or not. And a little surprised they didn't keep the ball, but now they have it again on the offensive end.
Ball into Nan here, steps through and makes it count for her 8th point of the day. Effort to get the ball to the block right there, and Nan makes it count.
Yeah, Knights are looking to go inside now. That's 3 possessions where they've tried to go inside, first with Katie, then the back cut to Camden, and then now that one to Christensen, as there's a missed shot for the Squirrels from deep.
Into the game now, Anna Singer, the dangerous shooter. Speaking of shooters, Nan lines up another 3. Can't get this one to go. We've seen a lot of threes from both teams. I wonder if they'll stay away from that going forward and try to get the ball more, in the middle. But we see a little platoon swap here for Mary Baldwin. As into the game is Kayla Sessoms.
Yeah, lots of threes, but the difference is the Knights are working inside out. That shot right there, the Schroeders are okay with every time. A drive and a kick to a wide open Savannah Christensen in the corner. They're okay with that every time. Whereas the Squirrels, as that's a good pull-up jumper there from Sigila, but they're just shooting after some dribbles and not really able to get inside at all.
Yeah, the Knights definitely showing the ability to distribute the basketball this season as they rack up, a considerable amount of assists per game. Coming into the game for the Knights is number 14, the junior, Sophie Wright. Another shooter in for the Knights as they go with a little bit of a smaller lineup here. Courtney being the 5 and Nan playing that 4 as she's getting it done in the low paint. As we see a foul called here, Gathers gets called for, I believe, her second. Excuse me, just her first. Singer to inbound here. Tight defense causes a little bit of a tie-up there. Newman goes to the ground. Bringing the ball up for the Squirrels is Demet Segili. What a play down the line in a Euro 2-step to make that basket. Jalen Gathers gets it done with that right hand. A great ball movement on that half-court possession to end, and a great little layup right there from Gathers. Quick back cut, ball up in the air. No foul called. Possession to Mary Baldwin. Looked like a good little cut right there from Newman towards the basket, and the crowd is not happy with that one. Definitely some contact right there. And we see another errant pass.
Good D from Sophie. I think Sagira thought that after the switch it was going to be some lackadaisical defense, but you're not going to get that from Sophie Wright. She jumped out and made that pass difficult, which should have been an easy pass, just a swing pass to the wing.
Anna Singer lines up her first three of the night. Nan able to come up with that rebound and put it right back up. Unable to draw the foul. 25 seconds left here, and Gathers is driving down the paint. And a foul is called on Savannah Christensen on the shot block. Sends Gathers to the line.
I think that's only going to be called from the swat down. If you watch that replay, she comes down pretty hard, and it got her on the shoulder. I think she doesn't swing so hard on that, it's not going to be called, because the refs have been letting them play. It's been physical, but they've been letting them play.
Now just a 1-point game, 21 seconds left in this first period. As Gathers attempts her second free throw. And Gathers makes the second attempt count. Knights can probably hold for the last shot here. Sophie Wright with the ball. Over to Nan. Great defensive play right there from Mary Baldwin. Courtney puts the ball down and gets it stripped. Number 2, Maya Coleman with the defensive effort right there. 6 minutes left in this first period, and looks like it'll be Knights ball out of bounds. Savannah to inbound. Excuse me, Sophie to inbound. And another errant pass as we see a little give and go action get stolen away, and a final shot up. And Maya Coleman can't make that final attempt, but what a defensive stand from the Squirrels right there as we end this first period. 11-11. Gathers able to tie it up before the end of that first period, but what a great sequence from the Squirrels, able to stop most of the offensive output from the Knights to end that first period. We're going to take a quick little break, and we'll be back with you at the start of that second period. And we are back for the start of this second period. Mary Baldwin to inbound the ball. We are tied up here in the barn. Got a large crowd here rooting on their hometown Knights, a rainy day in Buena Vista. A fired up environment as Katie plays the passing lane, lays out for the ball. What effort right there from Garish as we see a foul called on Demetse Gilly, who is leading all scorers with 7 and doing incredibly well. But what a play right there from Katie Garish to lay out and then get rewarded. Ball goes to the Knights. Camden to inbound. That is a momentum shifting play right there from Katie, who extends all the way past that half court line to to play that ball. What a steal and turnaround for the Knights here, and they get the ball early. Looking to work around this shell defense that Mary Baldwin runs. Another 3 attempt here from Nan. Scooped up by Courtney. Back up to the top to Newman. Attempts the mid-range. Just can't get the roll. Katie with the board and back up. First points of the day for Katie Garish. Able to get that layup right there. Couple rebounds in the day for her. Able to get one of each right there. Retake the lead. Gathers with the ball here. It's a good attempt right there from Asiata Ferry. We haven't talked about her a lot, but great move right there from the top of the key on Nan. Just can't get the roll, but we talked about that earlier. Nan not coming down. She stayed vertical right there, and there was contact. No foul called. A little in and out game here. Attempt right there called foul on Christensen. Her second foul will send her to the bench. Coming to get her is Anna Singer. Going to the free throw line off that nifty move is the sophomore Maya Coleman out of Richmond, Virginia. We saw her make that defensive stand to end that first quarter as she's able to knock down that first free throw. We stoppage of play here. There's a training staff. I believe we have just a little bit of blood just to take care of before Coleman goes back to the free throw line. Tight game so far. Both teams, going back and forth. They said the Knights, start pretty hot early and just unable to get a whole lot of things going offensively since then. Coleman able to go to the free throw line for the second attempt. Knocks it down. Yeah, we see a little bit of that pressure from Mary Baldwin, but it backs off just to disrupt, the transition buckets that the Knights, live on and try to force them into these half-court sets. Ball into the corner to Courtney. Swings back around to Camden. Late into the shot clock. Back out to Newman in front of the three-point line. Just can't get it to fall. And another foul called on the Knights. This time on Singer as she attempts to get the rebound. Great rebound right there from Segili, just out efforts. And we see a travel called on Coleman as she tries to make an attempt towards the basket. Not a whole lot of turnovers between the two teams so far, but turnover there, ball to the Knights as we are still tied up here in the second period. And you mentioned it, just not a whole lot going. The Knights choosing to shoot a lot of three-pointers, just 1 of 8 tonight. Skip pass across the court to Singer, drives left. Great pass to Camden Cutting. And that's the story of the day so far for the Knights. Just in and out. Great hustle play right there from Camden, who just can't get the steal, but just in and out. Not a bad look across the board. We saw a great cut from Camden. Just can't get it to fall. Had Singer on the full court release, just couldn't get the ball up, but maybe the smarter play down low to Garish. No foul called on the play, sends Garish to the ground. Mid-range jumper off. Possession stays with the Squirrels. Not sure what happened that caused Garish to fall down like that, but no foul called on, the entry pass there. And the Mary Baldwin takes the lead right there off a nice little floater from Maya Coleman, and then a quick turnover down here for the Knights as Addison Noonan commits the traveling violation. Into the game for SVU is number 13, Taylor Misaki. She's a freshman, three-point shooter, comes into the game for the first time tonight. Yeah, friendly roll right there. Maya Coleman back-to-back good little moves. Maya Coleman now, I believe, yeah, with 4 points quick right there. Definitely need to find some type of spark plug here of the Knights as they are now down 4. Entry pass just out of the reach of Garish, who cannot control it. We could hear chants from the sideline over here from head coach Lynette Schroeder. Inside, trying to get the ball to Garish, who has an obvious mismatch as we see a mid-range jumper just off the mark. Taylor gets the rebound. Another three-pointer attempt from the Knights.
Not sure that three-point attempt is the best look right there.
I only got you right now. I only got him. Something's wrong with yours.
Great defensive play right there from Singer, able to get the ball and push in transition all the way. Can't get the roll. Maybe expected some contact right there, but great defense right there to not foul. Knocks down the mid-range, but called for a traveling violation. Not the most clean play from either team right now as we are at the 5-minute mark and we're at a timeout here on the floor. I believe that's a media timeout. Not a whole lot of scoring. The Knights entered this, second period with 11 points. Just able to score that 2, on that putback from Garish. Not a whole lot of offense. Not playing terrible on defense, just need to limit the turnovers. But, it's pretty even across the board. Knights, slightly leading in the rebounding column. And turnovers about even. Both teams playing well. Just Knights settling for mid-range and three-point jumpers.
Yeah, I like what you say there. The Knights are settling. Have not gotten what they've wanted. They have not even gotten good looks, I would say. You always hear coaches and everyone preach good, better, best, right? And some of the looks they've gotten have not even been good. So how you got to get there first to then be able to get some better looks and then find that best look. And really, it's been since Savannah Christensen went out with that second foul early on in this second quarter. Since she's been out offensively, they haven't been able to do much.
Yeah, absolutely. Savannah Christensen, when she when she went out with fouls, she had 8 points and 5 rebounds, which was getting it done, all around for the Knights. Knights need to find some scoring somewhere else. And for the Squirrels, Segili, with 7 points. Maya Coleman, 6 points, just in that second quarter, gathers and able to pull on 2 of her own. They're finding scores. The Knights are, playing, not terrible defense. 17 points, in one half isn't bad. The Knights just need to get some baskets inside as we see Courtney square up and just in and out. Another board from Nicola. This time makes it count and gets called for the and one. And a lot of relief right there from the sidelines as they cheer out. Courtney able to get, I believe, the 4th attempt to count. The 2-point game here sends her to the line for the 3-point play. Knocks it down. Knights doing good, hitting their free throws today.
Yeah, and that's really hurt the Fighting Squirrels here in the second quarter. Knights almost have as many offensive rebounds as they do total rebounds. And if they want to have a chance to win this game, that cannot happen, as there's a beautiful block from McCullough.
Yeah, awesome defense right there from Courtney. McCullough stays vertical and gets the block. Pushes in transition, gets Katie down low, out to Camden, launches a three, and knocks it down. That's something you're used to seeing if you're a Knights fan. Camden knocking down threes, able to get her first one down tonight. Mary Baldwin pushing here, taking no time. Mid-range jumper attempt off the glass and in. Mary Moran, the senior, knocks in the bank shot from about the free throw line and evens it up here at 19 with about 3:45 left in this first half.
Squirrels coming with a quick double.
And that's a great play right there from Taylor. Yeah, you mentioned that double right there caused Katie to kick it right back out. And before that defense can adjust, Taylor takes it with that left hand and makes it count off the friendly roll and regains this lead. This barn is fired up, and these Knight fans are happy right now.
Yeah, going back to that double, it is harder when you are in that middle zone. She didn't commit to the double. She showed and then tried to get back, and that's just so much harder on the defense. If you don't double, everyone knows what they're doing, or if you do double, everyone knows where they need to be. And so we'll see if that changes for Coach Austin and the Squirrels, who's a great coach and really good at in-game adjustments.
Another physical play around the basket. No call. Mid-range jumper knockdown. We've seen them knock down back-to-back mid-range jumpers. This time, Great knocks down the 16-footer. Evens it back up at 21 as this Fighting Squirrels team is, playing incredibly hard against this #1 seed Knights.
Yeah, and we knew that was going to happen. We knew that the Fighting Squirrels were not going to go away without a fight. As Katie Garris gets a nice little left-hand floater there in the lane.
Another three-point attempt from the Squirrels. This time Gathers unable to knock it down, and a loose ball foul called on Moran. 2 minutes left, 2:28 left in this second period. Ball with the Knights here as Newman looks to set it up. Haven't seen that press more than 1 or 2 times from the Maribona Squirrels, electing to stay out of it, and so far, doing well in that strategy, and wondering if they're gonna, go in and out of that going forward today as the Knights set up in this half-court set. Camden with the ball. Down low to Newman, gets good positioning on the block. Great defense right there from Segili.
Yeah, just great defense. Stays straight up, really physical, but stay straight up, and that's what we've seen this whole match. If you stay straight up, they're not going to call you for a foul no matter how much contact there is, because there was a lot of contact. We can't deny that, but she was straight up.
Another mid-range off for the Knights as we saw one get knocked down over here, and they even it back up. Segili spots up 3 from the top of the key off the pull-up. Can't get it to fall. Ball goes to the Knights. McCullough comes back in for Katie. With Garish on the floor here, there isn't a lot of scoring, so far for the Knights. Somebody has to, step into that scoring role and, play around the basket. We've seen Courtney, we've seen Camden knock down shots. It's just going to be a matter of whose night it is, next man up type of thing for the Knights here.
Yeah, and it looks like we're not going to see Savannah Christensen again in this first half. Coach Schroeder will let her sit for the remainder of this first half, which might be a good idea. Still a tie game. It's not like they're down, not in a spot they want to be in, obviously, but still in a good spot. Get her some extra rest, not risk that third foul late in the second quarter here.
Yeah, you said it, not risk that extra risk. Great, long-term thinking right here from Schroeder, but it's up to these Knight teams. It's going to be a challenge with Nan on the bench as she, plays the majority of these games, getting it done, and, not from just the scoring standpoint, but from, distributing the basketball and, playing defense, getting rebounds. It's, she does a lot for this Knight team. We see a cut from Camden to Sophie in this corner here. Back up to the top.
Yeah, not only Savannah on the bench, but Katie on the bench as well now. And when Savannah was on the bench, as Miyazaki misses a three, but good rebound by Sophie, really the Knights were trying to go down low through Garish, run the offense through her, whether that's the high post and have her turn and face and look for a cutter, or down at the low post and just let her go to work.
Yeah, and low post work right there from Courtney gets her to the free throw line. 48 seconds left in this second half. Knights haven't shot a whole lot of free throws, just 3 of the day, but Mary Baldwin just 4, not a whole lot of free throws shot as we see Garish come back in this time for Taylor. A little bit of a defensive substitution right there from Lynette Schroeder. Courtney able to knock down her first one.
Yeah, Courtney now 4 for 4 on the day from the free throw line. Knights still have yet to miss, 6 for 6.
Down the lane is Demet, kicks it out to Gathers in that short corner. What a move with her back to the basket, hits the spin move and knocks it off the glass. Another great move from the sophomore. For 8, knocks it down, able to tie it up 25-25. Last shot here for the Knights. And the ball goes into Garish, who just, maybe not completely aware of how much time she had, tries to throw it up and, super fast. Had a couple more seconds left, but we are even here. What a play, back and forth to even it back up from the Fighting Squirrels, but great back and forth, a low scoring affair today, 25-25. We've seen scoring from, a lot of different people. Savannah leads the Knights with 8. Maya also leads her team with 8, Maya Coleman. Maya Coleman coming off the bench, hitting 3 for 3, playing incredibly well on defense as well, which, has helped, get them back into this game and, got to this tie.
Yeah, it was a hard-fought first half. Now we get to start the second half 0-0. It's a whole new ball game, and we're looking forward to it.
We're also looking forward to this performance right here from the Knights dance team, and with that, we will be back with you at the start of the second half.
Chet.
Welcome back, Knight fans. We are starting the second half again. This is the Southern Virginia women's basketball team going against the Fighting Squirrels of Mary Baldwin in the quarterfinals of the USA South tournament. It is even. We ended the first quarter 11-11. We ended the second quarter 25-25. You said it before we went to break. This is a 0-0 game right now. The Knights need to build up, need to get points in the paint. And if you're the Fighting Squirrels, need to continue to do what's working. Jalen Gathers, Dement Segili moving that two-guard game, knocking down shots, as well as Maya Coleman knocking down those mid-range jumpers. Adam, going forward in the second half, what do you want to see out of the Southern Virginia Knights team?
Yeah, they got to get to the basket. With Savannah Christensen back in the ballgame, that's going to be a little easier because she attacks so well. As she attacks right there, gets her own rebound and a bucket. But whether it's her or not her, you got to get to the basket. That's when they're at their best, when they can slow the game down, hitting some free throws, drive and kick to open threes. That's when they're best shooting their three-pointers as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The Knights struggled from beyond the arc, shooting 2 of 11 from the three-point line in that first half. Definitely need to look to get buckets inside before stretching outside, as we see this horn set here run for Dement Segili, who goes in and out. Great little hook shot with that left hand, gets it to go. Hannah Varner, haven't said her name, the 6-foot senior, the second tallest on the roster, able to get that one up and over the much taller Katie Garish. Straight to the lane is Newman, who hits him with the Euro two-step. We saw Gathers do basically the same thing earlier right there. Addison Newman gets this one done for her first, I believe her first bucket of the day. No, excuse me, her second. Turnover there by the Squirrels.
Yeah, and that's a perfect start if you're a Knights fan. Getting to the basket on 2 consecutive offensive possessions and a caused turnover on the other end.
Three-point attempt right there from Camden. Unable to knock it down and then unable to get the rebound as Gathers pushes in transition. And now this one-on-one Gathers versus Camden is such a great matchup as we see a great defensive play. Savannah Christensen stepping into the lane.
Yeah, and knowing you have 2 fouls coming out at halftime and being willing to step in to take a charge like that, pretty risky because that charge block call is so up to the referee's interpretation. And Savannah left no opportunity to even be looked at a block there.
Yeah, absolutely, and you said it, risky, but definitely high reward right there as the Knights get the ball in a half-court set, and Courtney with the veteran move draws the foul, gets herself back to the free throw line. Her 3rd time getting to the free throw line today, unable to knock that one down. Now 3 of 4, her 5th attempt coming here. Knights with a small 2-point lead here. Head coach Lynette Schroeder having a word with her veteran point guard Emma Camden, hometown favorite. Such speed on a display right there from Gathers. Gets it all the way down, but unable to get it to roll. Cross-court pass to McCrolla down the lane. And just unable to get that roll, but what a great post move right there from McCrolla.
As Segili dribbles through all 5 Knights defenders to get down to their offensive end.
And we've seen Mary Moran knock that down a couple times from that mid-range spot, unable to do so this time. Knights working, pushing in transition as they get a nice feed. Garish just can't get it to go. Out to Camden for 3. Gathers pushes in transition. 2 steps and a foul called on Newman on the push and transition from Gathers, who again, so much speed with that basketball, pushes and gets down the floor, and gets herself in a favorable matchup right there and draws the foul. Veteran move right there from the junior from Richmond, Virginia, out of Highland Springs High School.
Yeah, and I like that, going back to Gathers there, out of Highland Springs High School, was first team All-State in what is a competitive Virginia high school basketball. So she's not new to this situation here. Tournament basketball, as she does miss that free throw there. But I do like as she gets her own rebound. Going to be frustrating for Coach Schroeder on that one. I did like the foul by Newman. Was a hard foul, gave Gathers no opportunity for the and one.
Yeah, absolutely. And on that offensive rebound, she actually picks up her 7th rebound. She's leading her whole team in rebounding right now. Only listed at 5'10", but just hustle plays, getting the rebound as we see another rebound right there from Garish, who pushes it to Courtney, inside to Newman, all the way to the rack, and unable to get the roll. Garish back out to Courtney. And Nan's 5th three-point attempt of the day, unable to knock that one down. Another person with 7 rebounds for her team. Both players on double-double watch here in this third period. Both players with 10 points.
Yeah, interesting stat for the Fighting Squirrels. Have 5 players averaging over 5 rebounds per game. So pretty all around. Their guards, all around players, gonna get rebounds. Really, the only one who really jumps out at you is Saigili with 7.1 rebounds per game.
That was a great curl right there from Saigili, but that defense stopped him in the tracks. And then Newman with a great dish to Camden, able to get it up with that left hand. Knights lead now 31-28. Camden now with 5 points. Another mid-range jumper from the Squirrels, unable to knock it down, number 12, Hannah Varner. And an on-ball foul called on Demet. Frustrated with that call right there, picks up her 3rd foul.
With how the game has been played and called up to this point, I understand her frustration as that one was right in front of us here. You could see her face just look right at the ref like, are you serious? You're going to call that? Understand her frustration there.
I will have to say, I did misspeak. That is just her 2nd foul. Thought she had 2, but now Gathers and Saigili both with 2. McCullough gets her own rebound, but unable to get either attempt to go. Possession stays with the Knights. 4 players for the Mary Baldwin Fighting Squirrels with 2 fouls. Nobody but Christensen for the Knights with 2. Down the lane is Newman, and again makes it count.
Well, you can tell that in the locker room, the Schroeders were telling the players the same thing that we were talking about at halftime as well. The Knights, if they want to win this game and close out a tough Fighting Squirrels team, they got to get to the basket, and they've been doing that here in the second half.
Great step back right there, just can't follow, but an impressive dribble move beforehand. Nan pushes right here, out to Courtney, who spots up her three-pointer and knocks it down. First three-pointer knocked down in a while for either team, this time from Courtney McCullough, now with 5 points. Has the ability to expand her range and displays it right there. That is a momentum builder shot right there from the Knights, and the score is 36-28.
Yeah, just like that, Knights have an 8-point lead after getting to the basket, getting some layups, and then we've talked about it all night. When they drive to the basket, that's when they shoot best from deep. Drive and kick out. Courtney McCullough, who's not your best three-point shooter, but she can knock them down, and she'll take them if she's wide open. Knocks that one down, and as you mentioned, huge momentum builder for the Knights going into this timeout.
Yeah, absolutely. Now 8 rebounds and 8 points for Courtney McCullough, adding to that scoring column. Savannah Christensen with 10. And then over there for the Squirrels, Maya Coleman still leading over there with 8. Demet Saigili just unable to get a couple friendly rolls on the last few transition plays, but great back and forth so far. And you said it, the Knights leading a little bit here as we come out of this timeout. 5 minutes left in this third quarter.
Yeah, Knights doing a really good job. I mean, Saigili does have 7 points. Gathers only 5, which her season average is 15.2 and 17 per game in conference. So they might get that number, but Saigili 3 for 11 and Gathers 1 for 9. Huge.
Absolutely, and this Knights defense prides themselves on the ability to limit points and to keep, every game, low scoring in their favor. And this game, obviously going that way as Demet brings it down, picked up, at half court from Newman. Ball over to Sessoms. High ball screen for Gathers, and her pocket is picked. Emma Camden, cookies, and in transition, gets the foul. Hard foul right there from Kayla Sessoms on Camden, who was able to pick the pocket and move with the basketball. Had Newman, thought she might go for the pass right there, but either way, fired up is Camden, and another timeout on the floor. When we come back out of that timeout, we'll see Camden, shooting too, but what a defensive play right there from Camden, doing it all herself.
Yeah, and that's tough. Gathers, we've seen her with the handles today, dribbling through multiple defenders to get to the rack. That time Camden said no and took her cookies.
Yeah, not a whole lot of steals from either team, but the Knights able to get their third one right there. Again, still with that 8-point lead. They've caused a considerable amount of turnovers over there. 10 turnovers for the Squirrels. Knights, having 6 of their own, dominating in that rebounding category as usual for the Knights. But another thing that we want to say is we talked about the ability of this Knights offense to spread the ball and get, a large amount of assists and, do that. And what we're seeing over there from Mary Baldwin is the same thing. 8 assists so far in this game from Mary Baldwin, getting a lot of their buckets on drive and kicks, as we see a lot of them have a couple assists. We see both Segili and Gathers, who are underneath their scoring averages, but are assisting the ball really well, both with 3. As we see Camden shooting the free throw here, 4:45 in the third period.
Yeah, Knights only had 6 assists in that first half, well below their season average, where they are averaging almost 20, over 21 in conference, but just under 20 overall on the season as Camden misses her first free throw.
Yeah, the Knights shot 100% from the free throw line in the first half and are now 0 of 3 so far in this second half. Camden able to knock that one down. And we talked about free throw averages for the Knights being a struggle this season, now sitting at a 62%. Need to work to make sure you're getting to the free throw line and making them count. Again, Gathers matched up against Camden with the ball in her hand, passes out to Segili.
Yeah, the 2 really fun matchups that we mentioned at the beginning of the game. It was going to be fun to watch this whole game, and has it been fun?
And we see Segili go up strong with that left hand, called for the foul. Christensen gets called, unfortunately, for that third foul. Is going to bring her back to the bench. Lynette Schroeder calling on Katie Garish to come in.
A little confusion there on the substitution. Hannah Varner wasn't necessarily communicated to her that she was supposed to be the one coming out. A little surprise there. Fun part of our job here, being on the table, get to see some players' reactions up close.
Segili heading to the free throw line, hasn't shot any today, able to knock down her first one. Gets her to 8 points on the day to go along with her 3 rebounds and 3 assists. And an impressive free throw shooter, makes them both count. Segili, definitely an experienced point guard, and experienced point guards knock down free throws. And now this is that press we were talking about early on. Knights beat it with a couple passes. Singer up with that left hand. Garish gets the board and kicks it out. Swing pass to Singer. Back inside to Garish. And a step through by Courtney. Impressive move with the basketball. Can't get the shot to fall. Full court pass all the way. Great defensive stand right there from Singer. Forces the income. As we see a Knights player tumble into the fans there. Newman, always effort out of Newman right there. Sends her into the fans over there. Shouts out the fans of Mary Baldwin for making the trip out.
Yeah, they get a up close and personal friendly welcome to the barn from Addie Newman there on the front row. Those Mary Baldwin fans, as you mentioned, happy to see them out here. Not too far of a drive for them either.
Great inbound defense right there from Courtney, and then pushes it up to Camden. Has something to work with here. Goes to Singer, who takes the hard foul. Number 20, Fareed. Foul Singer. What a great play from Camden, but it all started with the inbound pressure right there from McCullough.
Yeah, just good on-ball pressure. We usually talk about that up at the top of the key, making it hard to get those passes in, but especially on those inbound passes when you're not able to move, makes it that much harder.
Singer able to knock down the first free throw. Singer, one of the better shooters to come through this night's program. Makes them both count at the free throw line for her first 2 points today. Has dealt with some injuries this season, but has battled back to, contribute to this team, and has been, a huge factor for this Knights offense, and, is a huge leader on this team as well. Ball back goes to Gathers at the top. Hard with that left hand, steps through. Foul called, not sure on who.
Yeah, I think it's going to be called on Singer. Just got caught there with her hands down low and couldn't get him up quick enough. Tries to pull him away, just unable to do so, and Gathers will head to the line.
Gathers shooting her 5th and 6th free throw. Definitely has the ability to get that contact that she needs to get to the free throw line. Unable to knock that one down as she's now 3 of 5 from the free throw line with 5 points. Able to knock down the second. Singer to inbound as we see that soft little press come up here for Mary Baldwin. Trying to force a quick bad pass. Knights just dribble out of it. Here comes the trap. Newman plays it well, gets it to Camden. Inside to McCullough. Just in and out from McCullough, but what a rebound right there from Coleman, able to just take it right out of the hands of the much taller McCullough. Huge block down there from Garish. Three-point shot off from Gathers, and then another offensive rebound, this time from Fareed, that gets called for the traveling. We see a substitution here for the Knights. Sophie Wright coming in for Emma Camden, and Savannah Christensen with those 3 fouls. Subs back in from Courtney, who's obviously frustrated, who's getting good looks, just can't get them to fall.
Getting great looks. Had a few down here right under the basket that just, unfortunately, just popped out somehow.
You could hear Singer call for that one more call right there. Just unable to knock down that three-pointer off the feed from Christensen. It looked really good until it wasn't. Mary Baldwin pushing in transition here. Demet shoots her 3 of her own. We saw her knock one down earlier. Hasn't been able to knock down another. Singer pushing right here. Out to Newman as we see another charge call.
Yeah, just why you can't leave your feet there, as you see Coach Schroeder telling her right there. You got to make that jump stop, then make the pass. Easy to talk about it in retrospect, not as easy when you're actually in the game to remember those little steps.
That was a great feed right there from Gathers inside, and then a beautiful rebound from Moran, able to put it right back up on that, that tall, and Knights defense just gets it right back up for her, I believe her 4th point of the day. Out to Christensen, called for the foul before the pass is Katie.
Yeah, Moran only averaging 7.2 points per game on the season, so right about her average, but coming off a season-high 18-point game in round 1 of the USA South Conference tournament, and looking to pick up where she left off here at the end of this 3rd quarter, moving into the 4th quarter, get her team back in this one with some help from her scoring.
Yeah, you said an impressive game in that first round. Katie Garish unable to knock down that first free throw. 10 rebounds on the day, and now 5 points couple Knights players around that 10 rebound mark. Courtney, Savannah, and Katie looking for those double-doubles today. Gathers back to the top over there to Demet. Hits the spin move. Falls down, gets called for the travel. Looks like a little misplaced her foot right there. 7-point game here as the press is back on. Gathers and Saigili, are on that top of that press, and what they're trying to do is they're just trying to force like a quick bad pass or get them into one of the corners for a trap. We saw that trap come, and both Camden and Newman, handling it pretty well. Stoppage of play here as they get the shot clock reset. Camden to inbound here.
Good back cut.
You said it, great back cut, and Camden makes it count with the right hand. What a play right there between the two of them, Newman and Camden. Camden with her 6th point on 3 of 7 shooting. They got Savannah there for the shooting foul off the great pass. Moran spot up from that mid-range. We've seen her knock those down, and Savannah called for the foul. Obviously not happy with that one as she picks up her 4th foul of the day with 10 points and 9 rebounds. She's going to have to sit a considerable amount of that 4th quarter. Moran to the free throw line here. Knights leading here 42-33, but this Mary Baldwin team is still fired up and getting good looks around the basket.
Yeah, and if you're a Mary Baldwin fan, Savannah Christensen going out with her 4th foul here with over a minute remaining in the 3rd quarter is huge to get back into this game. But also the Knights have looked really good and gotten scoring from all around as they give up another offensive rebound here off that free throw.
Yeah, they're doing well on the offensive rebound. Glass 14 giving up offensive rebounds for the Knights. Another board right there, and Gather's able to make it count on the putback and then set him up in that press. 36-42 here. Pass inside to Nicola, who gets tied up. Great defensive effort right there from Gathers to tie that ball up and force the jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Fighting Squirrels. And this Fighting Squirrel faithful are fired up right now. A lot of momentum with a couple of good things going to happening back and forth. They can hold for the last shot here.
Yeah, shot clock turned off. If they can get a basket, even a 2-pointer, doesn't even have to be a 3-pointer, pull within 4 heading into the 4th quarter, that's a huge victory.
And Gather's strong move with that right hand makes them pay. Last shot here for the Knights. Newman goes straight down. What a pass to Garish. And Garish makes it count before the horn. Set up beautifully from Addison Newman, who goes coast to coast. And I did, at least it seemed like she was going to go up with that right hand, as we've seen her make a couple of those. And then a beautiful down low dish. Garish ready for it and makes it count for Garish's 7th point of the day to go along with her 11th rebound. Addison Newman picking up her 4th assist right there. What a play and what a sequence from both teams to end that 3rd period.
Yeah, with how much momentum and how fast she was going down the court, I thought she was just going to end up running out of room there. Get out of bounds there, just with how much momentum she had running down the court, but just able to get that jump stop, something simple, and find that beautiful lane to pass to Garish. Easy layup to end the quarter.
Yeah, Addison Newman, just a freshman out of Cedar City, Utah, but with a veteran move right there as the the game clock expired. We got the last 10 minutes here. Knights holding on to a 6-point lead here. And going forward, we're going to see an interesting mix of lineups with Christensen with those 4 fouls, and then over there for Mary Baldwin, a couple players with 2, and one player with Gathers with 3 fouls. Could be huge if Gathers picks up that fourth one as well. But I think the formula for the Knights should stay the same. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. They got to keep attacking the basket. And if you're a Mary Baldwin fan, they've got to do something different than what they've done in the previous 2 games, because they've been in this spot before. They've been heading into the fourth quarter in a close game with the Knights, as Savannah Christensen's in the game to start this fourth quarter, as there's a beautiful move from Newman to get to the free throw line and make a jumper.
Yeah, you said it. Head coach Lynette Schroeder electing to go with Christensen to start this fourth period, but what a move right there from Newman. Hesitates, and then I'm not sure if it was a pull-up or a floater. Either way, it got the friendly roll and the bucket. Newman now with 9 points. Rebound to Garish, pushing here to Newman.
Yeah, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot of that on the offensive side for the Fighting Squirrels with Maya Coleman, attacking Savannah Christensen or whoever Savannah's guarding to try and get that 5th foul early on in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's a risky move right there. Savannah Christensen hard with that right hand with 4 fouls, but this is an important, experience right here for Christensen. She has to play smart. She's going to have to continue to do that. You don't want her to be in the foul trouble that she is. And as we see Courtney pick up a quick steal, and they get the ball stolen right back from Farid, and then a foul called. Excuse me, no foul called.
Yeah, it looks like Coleman just lost her footing there. Ball ends up out of bounds and back to the Knights.
Savannah to inbound here, has to play smart. You see the press set up here. And they back out of it. Still sticking in that man, haven't seen any press. Foul called on Gathers, who was not happy with that one. Newman losing her feeding a little bit, a little body contact, maybe was what the call was on. But Gathers was playing good defense right there, just a little bit, unfortunate right there. And ball out of bounds on the sideline here for the Knights. Substitution as Gathers does get that 4th foul into the game for Mary Baldwin is number 20, Farid, back into the game.
Yeah, and it will be interesting to see how long we see Gathers on the bench for the Fighting Squirrels. We saw Coach Schroeder put Christensen in at the beginning of the fourth, and I'm assuming that Coach Austin is not going to leave Gathers on the bench for very long.
Yeah, Gathers does do a considerable amount both on the offensive and defensive end for that Mary Baldwin team. That is a considerable loss. Camden gets the ball through that elevator screen. In and out, this time to Courtney, who gets the friendly roll after the foul. Feelings of relief for sure. That one falls through. Courtney now at the line with 10 points with her 8 rebounds, trying to make it 11. Great play right there.
Yeah, and you see her laughing a little bit like, how do I make that one when all those easy ones can't go in for me? Basketball, frustrating, but gotta love it.
Absolutely. Speaking of frustrating, still a frustrating night from the free throw line, but great steal and push in transition. What a pass from Camden to Savannah Christensen. They just knew where each other were in transition, and that is general play right there from Camden, pushing and moving. What a layup right there from Christensen, and all the momentum right now for the Knights.
Yeah, all the momentum, and if you're a Fighting Squirrels fan, got to be frustrating to be in this boat for the 3rd time now this year, being really in a good spot to close out a game and just unable to do so. And it looks like that's going to be the story here again tonight, as they're now down 14. Still 8 minutes to play. Basketball, as we know, is a game of runs, and they can get back in this one quickly. But with the way things are going right now, that looks unlikely. Absolutely.
This lead has been built behind defense, as we talked about it. The Knights defense able to force 18 turnovers so far. And that's a considerable mark. Both teams shooting at about the 70% mark from the free throw line. Mary Baldwin 1 for 10 from the three-point line. Haven't been able to knock down any threes in this second half. The Knights only shooting 3 of 16. All points coming from within the paint for the Knights. 32 of the 52 points coming from around that cylinder. And that plays to the Knights' height advantage that they bring, roster-wise, and as you said it, this game is, is runs, and defense is going to have to close this one out. Savannah Christensen, even with the lead still on the floor, is going to have to continue to play smart, and as well gathers now with 4 back onto the floor. Mary Baldwin bringing the ball up here. Demit Saigili, the 5'8 senior, handles the rock super well, pulls up from the mid-range and gets blocked from Courtney McCrolla. What a defensive play from McCrolla.
Gotta be a foul call there.
Yeah, a huge tie-up as the defense swarmed around Garish with the ball, but no foul called, and then Saigili with the right hand can't get it to fall. Head coach Schroeder trying to get him to set up in a half-court set and get something going here. Ball inside to Garish, just can't get the roll on the quick turnaround. Now that's not a bad shot for Katie.
No, I was just gonna say, I really like that attack. We don't see that very often from her, as good as she is at playing what, taking what the defense is giving her. We don't see that quick turnaround as much as, looks like she's been working on it. That was a pretty good shot, just falls out, unfortunately.
Yeah, another good shot as well down there from Moran from that, that baseline jumper, just can't get it to fall. Mary Baldwin now shooting a 28%. Man goes baseline, gathers, but just can't get it to fall. Camden gets caught underneath Saigili and gets called for the foul. We've seen that a couple times where the Knights, can't get something to fall or commit a quick little turnover and then play really tight defense right there and commit fouls. And it's tough right there. It's definitely something, you have to, it's hard as a basketball player to just to turn the page real quick and get back in defense. But that's something the Knights need to do right there. And Camden gets called for her first foul of the day.
Yeah, really with this lead though, as long as the Knights continue to do what they've been doing on the defensive end and do not force turnovers on the offensive end, forcing passes, as Courtney doesn't take that three.
The crowd definitely wanted Courtney to shoot that one, but smart veteran move, trying to get a better look. Gets her own board and puts it back up. Makes it count. Courtney McCrolla now with 12 points and 10 rebounds. Double-double on the day for Courtney McCrolla. Baseline jumper in and out.
And I think that will be Savannah Christensen's 10th rebound right there to give her a double-double as well.
And another board from McCrolla and another bucket. This Knights team is wearing down this Mary Baldwin basketball team and is running away with it here with all the momentum in the gym. Knights lead 56-38. Couple great plays right there from Courtney McCrolla. 14 points and 12 rebounds, and I believe it was her 10th rebound. 14 points and 10 rebounds from Savannah Christensen, who's playing with 4 fouls right now. What a turnaround in this fourth quarter from the Knights, who are taking care of the basketball and causing turnovers, and now 7 steals on the day for the Knights as well, getting it done on the defensive end.
Yeah, we expected this. We've talked about it multiple times throughout this broadcast that the Fighting Squirrels were not going to make it easy to get out of this quarterfinal matchup here. That's what they've done in the previous 2 matchups earlier on in the year. And it's almost really good for the Knights moving into the semifinals and finals that will be held at Southern Virginia University this Friday and Saturday. That is a fun story that we'll talk about in our next break.
Great attempt right there. Just can't get it to roll, but gathers again, picks up the rebound. Full court outlet pass to Newman, who goes straight to the rack and gets the layup. What a full court pass right there from Garish, who is cheering on her team, and the Knights are having fun right now, up 20.
Not sure if they'll give Garish the assist there, but we'd love to see it.
Pull-up attempt right there from Saigili, in and out. Garish again with the rebound. Garish now with 15 rebounds on her own. Miscommunication right there from Camden and Courtney. Camden thought Courtney was going to sit in the corner. Good little cut right there. Forces the errant pass. Knights back on defense here. Gathers with 4 fouls, bringing the ball up.
Maya Coleman able to get to the paint. Little pull-up jumper from short range, just off the back of the rim. Got a good look again.
Yeah, and that's been the story of the night for the Mary Baldwin Fighting Squirrels. They're getting the looks that they want, as we see a great cut right there from Savannah. Help side defense coming from Saigili. Doesn't foul, stays vertical, and deflects the pass. That was great defense right there from Saigili on Nan. Side out of bounds here. Camden to inbound.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to end up going Saigili's way, but man, is she an impressive player.
And a great insurance pass leads to a great bucket right there from Garish. This Knights team is getting looks wherever they want on the floor right now, and there's energy in this gym. Big shouts out to the crowd here. One of the bigger crowds we've seen, if not the biggest, here in the barn, as Saigili, knocks down her second three-pointer of the day. Both of them from the top of that key. The second three-pointer of the day for Mary Baldwin, both from Saigili. As you mentioned, yeah, an incredible athlete, handles the ball incredibly well. 13 points a game this season, her senior year.
Yeah, and that gets her to double digits, 12 points, now the leading scorer for the Squirrels.
What a shot right there. Addison Newman plays that high ball screen and feels that pressure back off and knocks down to get her 14 points.
Yeah, they call that one a long two. Either way, still a great shot. Another good shot there, this time from Coleman, and she is able to get that one to fall. Driving baseline with a little floater.
Back cut here from Camden, floats it up. And Christensen with the rebound and the putback, now with 16 points to go with her 10 rebounds. So now nearly 3 players for the Knights with double doubles, 9 rebounds on the day. 9 points, for Katie. Katie able to get that 17th rebound of the day for herself. 2 minutes left in this game.
Yeah, got to give Katie the ball down low.
Get her that double-double. Something the Knights have done really well in this second half is move the ball with a purpose. They're getting buckets, around the paint that they want, and then they're able to knock down the jumpers that were open. As we see another open jumper, this time unable to knock it down is Garish. Camden still fighting hard for every single rebound. As we see a full platoon swap here from the Knights, as all starters will come out. Some new faces on the floor for the Knights. Number 22, Barrett Jessup, the sophomore. Sophie Wright back onto the floor, as well as number 1, JD O'Bray, another freshman from Calgary, Canada, into the game. Couple young players for the Knights getting good minutes here. 2 minutes left in this game. Mary Baldwin also electing to go a little bit to their bench here as well.
Yeah, it gives the Squirrels fans who made the trip down here to Buena Vista an opportunity to give a standing ovation to some of their players who put in some hard work all year, and also give some other opportunities here at the end of the game, end of an important game, a playoff game, to make some moves and do some things here at the end of this one.
And we see a knockdown three-pointer this time down here for the Knights. What a shot. Three-point attempt down there for the Squirrels. Rebound from number 20. Foray able to get her 6th point of the day. 1 minute left here. Barrett with the basketball.
I think that was actually Kayla Sessoms there, the sophomore forward from Chesapeake, Virginia.
Three-point shot from Taylor. A little contact on the shot. No call. Foul called on O'Bray off ball. Couple more possessions in this game, and bringing it up for the Fighting Squirrels is Monica Ramis, the sophomore from Spain, getting her first minutes of the game tonight. Couple international players over there for Mary Baldwin. Something we're kind of used to seeing over here for SVU. Great take right there from Coleman. Staying vertical was O'Bray, no foul called. Singer goes to the key, gets fouled, unable to get the roll. Singer to the line, shooting two.
A little back and forth between the fans here at this game.
Yeah, the night crowd rowdy as ever, bringing a lot of support for the Knights team. Coleman again with the mid-range jumper off the front iron, able to get her own board. Put it back up, no foul on the call. And the Knights may here be able to, and they push ahead to Sophie. Ball here goes to Mary Baldwin. Knights could have held right there, but pushed. We'll end this on defense here.
Yeah, a little surprised we didn't see Coach Schroeder right here, tell him to slow it down. Either way, this is a conference tournament game, and they're moving on.
Absolutely, a lot to be happy for the Knights, and congratulations to the Mary Baldwin Fighting Squirrels for a great season as we see this quarterfinal matchup end 69-45 in favor of SVU. Leading all scorers, Savannah Christensen contributing 16 points, 11 rebounds, and right behind her, Courtney McCrolla, 14 points and 12 rebounds. Over there for Mary Baldwin, Demet Saigili getting it done, scoring column, 12 points of her own, and then Coleman off the bench with 10. It was not the greatest shooting performance from either team. Knights able to edge out a little bit at the end there. And something new we're actually going to do, as this is the home playoff game for the Knights, something we'll hopefully go forward, is we're actually going to pick a player of the game, and a tough game to do it, as we just mentioned how many awesome, stat lines we have. Garish able to put up 17 rebounds on her own, 9 points. Courtney McCrolla with a double-double, 14 and 12. But I'm going to leave it to you, Adam. Who do you got for the player of the game tonight?
Yeah, we're going to have to give it to Courtney. Double-double, 14 points, 12 rebounds, as you mentioned. And we're going to give it to her because she fought through some adversity. She had some missed layups, some easy shots that she thought probably should have gone in, but she fought through it and played really well. Got a double-double in this important quarterfinal matchup of the USA South Conference tournament.
Absolutely. Courtney McCrolla fought through it and able to, 5 of 13 shooting today, 14 points on 12 rebounds. And something new, we're actually going to hand the mic over to Courtney. Going to do a quick little interview here. We'll wait for her to sit down. Just such an impressive game. Want to get a little in-depth here, the Knights team. Courtney, how you doing?
Hey, Skylar, how's it going?
It's going great. What a game. I just want to give you your stat line tonight. You fought back from adversity, had a couple, missed shots tonight, but 14 points, 12 rebounds, got it done on defense as well, had a couple steals, did really great. Something I'm going to ask you, what an event here. You had the environment, the energy here. What does it mean to be playing in front of your home crowd in playoffs?
Holy cow, it's a lot of fun. We've all worked really hard to get to where we are now, and just having all the support from all our students and just all the staff that we see here too from our school. It was a really fun game.
Absolutely, fun is right. It was high intensity from start to finish. We knew this Mary Baldwin team was going to be intense and they weren't going to go away. What was something you guys did this week to prepare, to hand them this, this incredible loss? And what a game! You said it. What's something you guys did, this week in preparation?
I mean, you've seen it. We never stop working hard, you know, and we do endless situationals in practice. We're going up guys, our scout team, they're athletic as heck, and we push ourselves, and we try to go up against high athleticism so that we can play teams like this who are really tough, you know, and we just never count anyone out. We had to take it play by play, and we knew that this team wasn't going to go down. You know, they weren't going to go away, so we just had to stay strong the whole time and finish out to the end of the game. It was awesome. A great team win.
Absolutely, and you said, and we'll leave it at that. Great team win. Congratulations, Courtney. Looking forward to the rest of this season. Good luck to the rest of the playoffs, and go Knights.
Thanks, Skylar. Go Knights.